Trump, Netanyahu to meet amid political and personal conflict. Trump fulfilled Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's top U.S. wishes more than his predecessors. After Netanyahu quickly congratulated Joe Biden on his 2020 presidential win, ties between the two had soured by the time Trump left the White House. The two men will meet for the first time in over 4 years on Friday to test their friendship. Both want to resolve their differences. The encounter might boost Republicans' efforts to present themselves as Israel's most loyal party and cast Trump as an ally and gentleman. As Americans divide over U.S. support for Israel's assault against Hamas in Gaza, decades of bipartisan support for Israel, the greatest beneficiary of U.S. aid, breaks down. Netanyahu was in the U.S. to address Congress and meet with Biden. If Trump becomes president again, Israel's main arms supplier and protector, healing relations with him is crucial. Both men will portray themselves as powerful leaders who have achieved great things on the world stage and can again at Friday's Mar-a-Lago meeting. Netanyahu may get more terms he wants in a Gaza ceasefire, hostage release, and normalization arrangement with Saudi Arabia if he waits out the Biden administration in hopes that Trump wins. Benjamin Netanyahu has spent most of his career in the previous 2 decades on anchoring himself to the Republican Party, said former U.S. envoy for Arab-Israeli negotiations and Carnegie Endowment senior scholar Aaron David Miller. The next 6 months will involve mending ties with an irascible, angry president, Miller said of Trump. Trump ended negotiations with Netanyahu in early 2021. The Israeli Prime Minister was one of the first international leaders to congratulate Biden on his presidential election win, despite Trump's phony assertion. Bibi could have stayed quiet, Trump told an Israel publication. He erred greatly. Netanyahu and Trump last met at a September 2020 White House signing ceremony for their biggest diplomatic triumph. The Trump administration mediated a deal between the UAE and Bahrain to normalize diplomatic relations with Israel. In effect, the two countries recognized Israel for the first time. The move marked a big step toward lowering tensions and expanding commercial ties with Israel's Arab neighbors. Trump described himself as having stood up for Israel as president and Netanyahu as being disloyal in public speeches after his rupture with Netanyahu. He also called Netanyahu not prepared for the October 7 Hamas attacks that sparked the Gaza war. In his high-profile congressional speech on Wednesday, Netanyahu praised Biden for his military and diplomatic backing for Israel's Gaza offensive despite Democratic Party opposition. Trump facilitated historic regional accords, and Netanyahu thanked him for all the things he'd done for Israel. Netanyahu listed Trump administration actions long sought by Israeli governments, declaring Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights, captured from Syria in a 1967 war, tougher U.S. policy toward Iran, and Trump declaring Jerusalem the capital of Israel, breaking with long-standing U.S. policy that Jerusalem's status should be decided in Israeli-Palestinian negotiations. Trump told Fox and Friends on Thursday, "I enjoyed that," acknowledging Netanyahu's flattery. However, he continued to criticize Israel's war, which has killed over 39,000 Palestinians. "I want him to finish swiftly." Trump stated in Thursday's interview, "You have get it done soon, because his notoriety is decimating them."